We'll proceed with today's class. All right, so let's go ahead and start taking roll. I think the majority of us are here on the class. And don't forget that the due date for the log, it's coming up. It's going to be due for next Tuesday, which is the 8th. On Monday, as you know, we will not have class. So we're gonna have a long weekend. That's great news, right? So Yvette. Thank you, Aaron.
Present, teacher.
Thank you, Paola.
Present.
Perfect. Samuel. Thank you, Daniela.
Present.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Present.
All right, David Montañez.
Present.
Thank you. Iván Muruato.
Present.
Perfect. Armando.
Present.
Thank you. Octavio.
Here.
Excellent. Jasmine.
Present.
Perfect. David Navarrete.
Present, miss.
Thank you. Claudia.
Here.
Annelise.
Present.
Perfect. Pablo.
Present.
Thank you. Alan.
Here.
Awesome. Wendy.
Present.
Thank you. Omar.
Here, teacher.
Thank you. Ismael.
Here, miss.
Thanks. And Fernando.
Here, teacher.
Awesome. So everyone is here. Okay, let me register that now. And let's go ahead and proceed with the class. So I had to restart my computer because it didn't want to connect to the call. But in the meantime, why don't we start by remembering things from yesterday's class? So let's go ahead and refresh a little bit more now that we're about to have a very long weekend. So let's try to refresh what we saw yesterday and go ahead and tell me. So what do you remember from yesterday? Omar.
Okay, so yesterday I remember we saw some definitions, the present perfect with already and yet, and also we saw a conversation about two girls that were talking about their new phones.
Okay, so conversation, definitions. Alan?
So I remember that we talked also about how to identify nouns and verbs. We talk about that a verb, it can be a noun also.
That a verb can be a noun, right? We were talking about this particularities on some words, right? And depending on the context. Excellent. Anything else? What else did we see yesterday? Pablo.
We see the uses of already and yet.
Already and yet, yes. With the present perfect, right? And in what situations do we use each one of those? Jonathan.
We use yet with things that haven't happened, and it often means you expected something to happen or expect something to happen soon. And then we use already when something happened sooner than expected.
Okay. So even though that we do expect things to happen, with already, we know that it happens sooner than expected. And with yet, we know that it has not happened for now, right? For now, because it means that it will probably come in the way, but at least at the present time, it's not happening at that moment. All right, excellent. Okay. Just give me just one more minute because it's loading here. But then we will go ahead and start class. So 1 minute, guys. Or well, in the meantime, I don't know if any of you have any questions in regards what we're doing or what do we have to turn in for this week. Remember that Cambridge, it's already available for you guys. So if you have your book and if you already register for the Cambridge for the platform, you can go ahead and start already with the assignments. You have to remember add first your access code from the book, and then you will add the class key. Don't forget that I posted on Publicaciones information, and in part of that information it's included this class key, so you can have access to the class, and I can have access to you to see your records, your progress, and all that. This Sunday it will be due Unit 1, the complete unit, and then Unit 2, but it's going to be 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3, which are the topics that we will cover for this week. Then next week, expect to have like part 2 of assignment 2, which will cover the rest of the topics, and then maybe even Unit 3, depending on how it goes. Also, I don't know if you've been working with your logs. Remember, the due date for that will be on Tuesday, next Tuesday, February the 8th. Since on Monday we don't have class, and I don't want for you to feel like, oh, we're still working even though we have a free day. So you can turn it in on Tuesday. One of the things I have to be very clear is that after the due date it's done, for example, I'm going to post it and you're going to have the opportunity to upload it until Tuesday the 8th before 1:20. Okay, so at 1 p.m. we start class. You have 20 minutes to deliver. Even if you want to turn it in before, you can do that. Let me just open the assignment. But if you, for some reason, it didn't upload or something happened after 1:20, it will be not possible for me to receive it, and that will give you a grade of 0. So let's make sure to work on those times. If you want to, if you already have yours, I will open the assignment as I mentioned, so you can deliver it and you won't have to worry about it the whole weekend. Okay. But if you want to turn it in later, saying, hey, miss, it's because it didn't let me upload it. And it was, I don't know, 1:21. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but I wouldn't accept that because obviously I'm giving time for you to work on it. And I think 2 weeks, it's very, very good time to deliver it. So please make sure to be on time with those kind of stuff, and we won't have any problems with it. Okay. Also, Cambridge, it's very important to work it out week by week, because remember that if something gets turned in late, it can take points off from you, and then you will get a lower rate. So let's try to keep the due dates on mind. Now here, I think my screen is sharing for now. I think it's about to. Give it just a few seconds. Is it showing? Can you see the presentation or not yet?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, miss.
Okay, excellent. Okay, let's go ahead and start the class. Now, here I'm going to show you a video. Maybe we are very familiar now that we were talking about Toy Story and all that. I want to introduce you this video, and look at those hearts. I think it took us back to when we were kids, right? When we were so excited to watch this movie. Well, we're going to just take a look on a small portion or a small clip from the movie. So let's see it. And those of you, if you haven't watched with it.
Calling Buzz Lightyear. Come in, Buzz Lightyear. This is Star Command. Buzz Lightyear, do you read me?
Buzz Lightyear responding. Read you loud and clear.
Buzz Lightyear. Calling Buzz Lightyear. Calling Buzz Lightyear. Come in, Buzz Lightyear. This is Star Command. Buzz Lightyear, do you read me?
Buzz Lightyear responding. Read you loud and clear.
Buzz Lightyear, planet Earth needs your help.
On the way.
Buzz Lightyear, the world's greatest superhero, now the world's greatest toy. Buzz has it all. Blocking wrist communicator.
Calling Buzz Lightyear.
Karate chop action.
Wow.
Pulsating laser
All right, so we have here Buzz Lightyear. So what is Buzz Lightyear? What is he?
A toy?
Okay, a toy, and maybe more specific. And who was that so I can mark it? I'm sorry. Jonathan, was it you? Or Fernando?
No, it wasn't me.
Okay, I think it was Fernando, right?
No, me neither, teacher.
Oh, then. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, and I must just to know who to give credit. Okay. All right, so don't worry. So it is a toy. What kind of toy? What is more specific to describe or say that Buzz Lightyear is? Omar?
An action figure?
An action figure. Yes. Now, what is an action figure? Let's try to kind of break down the definition of an action figure. What is it? So what could you say an action figure is? In your own words. Try to not look it up in the dictionary. Let's try it in our own words. Ismael?
Maybe a toy with movements, or I don't know how to say articulaciones.
Okay, a toy with movements. Yeah, well, because articulación is like joints, but that's more like the specific name of the part. But yeah, we could say like movable parts, right? And then we could say that this is like a small toy or a small doll that has these movable parts, and obviously it's or usually it's very common to see it based on maybe a comic book or maybe a movie character, in this case like Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story, right? Now, I want for you to think in your childhood. Did you have or do you have any action figures? Which ones? If you still have them or if you remember back then when you had them, Ismael and then David Navarrete.
In my childhood, I have some Max Steels and some Power Rangers.
Dude, me too. I have like all the collection of figures of Max Steel, Destroyer. What was the name of the other? Uh, the Toxin, I think it's, and all the others. I love it. When I was a child, I
Elementor, I
usually
think.
played with all.
Okay, yeah. I remember those commercials about Max Steel. And also I remember that Max Steel was the boyfriend of Barbie, at least in our case, right? Okay, Alexis, or well, I don't. Yes, go ahead.
The I I'm not sure it's literally an action figure, but I also have when I was younger the those toys called Bakugans. Those you can put it in a magnetic car and then open.
Oh,
They were
okay.
awesome.
I think that I think I know which ones you're talking about. A lot of things, right? They take us so back in our childhood when we didn't have a lot of things to care about. where our only responsibility was school, and now see us, right? Trying to get something out of being an adult. Anyways, yeah, action figures could be like Max Steel, even those from the comic books or the movies, like the Spider-Man and all those superheroes and everything. They always take action figures from those stories. Okay, then let's continue. What topics do you talk to your friends about? What are the topics that you usually talk to your friends about?
Video games.
Okay, video games. What other things?
Movies.
Movies?
Series, anime.
Series, anime? Yeah, and they're becoming very, very popular nowadays. Excellent. Any other topic? What about football? Now I think it's the Super Bowl is coming up. How many of you watched NFL? Or you are like so into American football? Just raise your hand. Or maybe George is like me, that it's always waiting for February to see just that halftime show. Okay, Omar. So you are a NFL follower, right? Excellent. Claudia too. Okay. Okay, so action figures, childhood, sports, movies, video games. But wait, we're talking a lot about a lot of many topics right now. So what do you think we will be discussing in today's class? Now that we mentioned a lot of subjects, what do you think will be like the target of today's class? Any guess?
Um, Talking with oh, sorry. The hand. You're first, Jonathan. No, don't worry.
Okay, well, maybe Jonathan and then Aaron.
Okay. How to introduce our topics?
Okay, how to introduce our topics. I like that. Aaron?
Uh, maybe could be a speak with our classmate to know each other, talking about our well topics, hobbies, what did did he likes or she.
Okay, maybe to know more about each other. Thank you. So today's topic, and thank you, you guys, it's guess what? So we're gonna see ways to change from one topic to the other. It is very, very common that whenever we're talking, even in a formal setting or informal, we tend to switch the topic very often, right? So we're gonna discuss today about how can we change, or even like you said, I think it was Jonathan, introducing a new topic, right? So this is part of unit 2.3, and let's move on. First of all, I'm gonna show you this picture right here, and I want for you to think first. So just tell me, this is no right or wrong answer. It's just what you think. So why do you think some people own these things? So these little robots right here, why do you think people will own them? Jonathan?
For collection?
For collection? Okay, yes. David?
Because it's funny to play with them.
Okay, maybe because they want to have just a good time with these toys. Excellent. And Omar, were you going to say something similar?
Yes, it was going to be something similar that Jonathan said, but now I thought another answer, and it could be just for decoration.
Just for decoration, just because I like them, and that's it, right? Okay, thank you so much. Now let's go ahead and if you have your book, and it will be even better if you just close it and just listen to the audio, because this is kind of an opportunity to kind of test how your listening skill is. So I will play the audio and you will focus on a conversation that two friends are having. So you're going to focus on what do the friends plan to do. So what are the plans that these people that will talk on the audio will have, okay? So let's pay close attention and listen to the following audio.
Lesson 2.3, page 16. Exercise 1B.
So, you know I'm interested in old toys, right?
Yeah, I guessed that. Look at this room. How many robots do you have now?
26. And guess what? I just bought 2 more online.
Cool. Are they in good condition?
I don't know. I haven't gotten them yet. I'm expecting them on Saturday. Anyway, they looked good in the photos. By the way, have you heard that Tori is in town?
No, I haven't seen her since she moved.
She's been here since Tuesday. So why don't we have dinner together, the 3 of us, at my place?
Sounds great.
On Saturday?
Sure. And that's the day you're expecting your robots.
Yeah, so it'll be a big party, the 3 of us and 28 of my friends.
Okay. So what do friends do?
Can you repeat the question, teacher, please?
The question or the audio?
The question, please.
Oh, of course. Yes, the question is what is the people that are talking in this conversation planning to do? What are their plans? And if you need me, I can play the audio again. So go ahead, Omar.
To have a dinner together.
Okay. When? My next question is, when do you think, guys, that they will have dinner or that they are planning to have dinner?
I think they said on Saturday.
Yes, 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 yes. So they're planning to have dinner on Saturday. And then what topics do they mention? Mention at least 2 or 3 topics that they were talking about.
Robots was the first topic.
Okay, who was this?
Wendy.
Who said it? So Wendy, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. This is only for me to take your participation, guys. Okay, so they're talking about robots, right? What else? What other topic did they mention? Why did they ended up saying that they should have some dinner at his place. And then we have Omar and then Claudia.
Because Tori is back in town.
Okay, Tori, it's back in town. Anything else you would like to add, Claudia?
No, I was gonna say the same thing, that they were gonna meet up with their friend.
With their friend, yes. Okay, so yeah, here is the script. And here we can see that they're having a lot of conversations going on, or a lot of topics on the same conversation. They started with the robots, and then that he bought another two, and then about Tori, and then about dinner, and then they went back to the robots, and that's it. So sometimes, and I want for you to notice that even the phrases are highlighted, sometimes in a way to introduce a new topic or to change a new topic, you cannot just abruptly say another thing. You have to kind of introduce it with a phrase, kind of make it smooth so it won't be like a abruptly change of conversation. So here we're just going to fill out the expressions that are in bold from the last conversation. So introducing new topics. Number one, and I will go back and forth in case you don't have the book. So Ismael?
Number one, it's, I'm interested in old toys.
Excellent. Yes, thank you. And then Armando, number two.
And guess what? I just bought two more online.
And guess what, right? Guess what? Thank you. Jonathan, now we're going to the changing the subject category. Jonathan, go ahead.
Okay, number 3 is, by the way, have you heard that Tori is in town? Oh, before I forget.
Okay. All right. So, by the way, when you want to change the subject, by the way, or before I forget, and then we continue. We even do it in Spanish. Oh, antes de que se me olvide. I can see you guys saying that. And then last but not least, staying on track whenever you just want to focus on the same subject. And Aaron, go ahead.
Or anyway, they look good in the photos.
So anyway, they look good in the photos. All right, thank you. Now we have a second part of this assignment or this exercises in which we just have to put the conversation on the correct order. So I will give you just 1 minute, maybe two, so you can put it in order, and then we will share the answers, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and start the conversation. So, 1, Ismael.
Number 1 is, hey Emma, so you know I lost my phone.
2, Aaron.
That's right. You say you couldn't find it.
3, David Navarrete.
Well, guess what? I just found it under the refrigerator.
Excellent. Omar.
That's funny. How did it get there?
5, Fernando.
I have no idea anyway. At least I have my phone now.
Thank you. 6, Omar.
Great. So I can text you again. Oh, before I forget, I want to show you this funny video.
Excellent. Okay, so let's continue. And if by some sort of thing you have a question, please let me know, okay? And well, moving on to page 17, we have another conversation between two friends. They are Jadira and Luke. Now we're gonna focus on why is Jadira going to give her watch to Luke. So let's see what's the reason why she's giving out her watch. Okay, let's play it.
Lesson 2.3, page 17. Exercises 2A and 2B.
What are you looking at, Luke?
It's a website that sells old stuff. I'm interested in old watches.
You are? That's cool.
Yeah. My dad taught me how to fix them. He was a watchmaker.
He was? Interesting. I have an old watch that doesn't work.
You do? Well, give it to me, Yadira. I can take a look at it.
Hey, that would be great.
Okay, so why is Jadira going to give her watch to Luke? David Navarrete?
Because Luke can fix it.
Yes, because he's going to see if he can try to fix it. Excellent. Now, when we were listening to the conversation, there was like this particular short questions that both of these people said in order to show interest. So why don't we listen to it again, and then you will tell me what are the short questions that Jadira and Luke used in order to show interest. Just a hint, Yadira has 2 questions that she asked, and Luke has only 1. So it's going to be a total of 3. Let's listen to it again and then pay close attention to these 3 short questions. Hi, it moved. Well, let's see.
Lesson 2.3, page 17. Exercises 2A and 2B.
What are you looking at, Luke?
It's a website that sells old stuff. I'm interested in old watches.
You are? That's cool.
Yeah. My dad taught me how to fix them. He was a watchmaker.
He was? Interesting. I have an old watch that doesn't work.
You do? Well, give it to me, Yadira. I can take a look at it.
Hey, that would be great.
Okay. So what are the 2 questions, the 2 short questions that Jadira made? Ismael?
The questions was you are and he was.
Yes, and Pablo, what was the question that Luke asked?
Hey, did you?
You do?
You do. Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about a little bit about this question. So whenever we use short questions, it's in order to show our interest, right? Usually you will kind of ask the question with the same tense that the speaker used. And this is if you use a verb to be, it has to be a question with a verb to be. If it's a question that you use with a past tense, like played, you have to use the past tense, which is did, right? You did. And in these cases, as you can see, kind of the structure, we will always have like the subject, and then we will have either the auxiliary verb or the verb to be, depending on what you're using. So it will always, always, always have to be the same tense. So that way it can have like a relation between the question that you're asking and what the person said. For example, here, I just bought 2 more online. So bought, it's in past. Therefore, in order to ask a question in past, we use the word did, right? So you did. And remember, it is kind of a statement word order, which we have first the subject and then the verb, right? Even though it's a question, it's just to show interest. So the structure will always be like the subject and then the verb. Then we have here, Tori is in town, and then she is. So instead of saying she are or she was, so since they're using the verb to be, let's just stick with the verb to be. Is and is, that's it. And then we again put the subject and then the verb or the auxiliary verb. Now here we have 2 examples to do. So I found a gold watch on the street yesterday. What could be a question to show interest?
Judith.
You did, right? This was David? Yeah.
Yes, Miss Navarrete.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah, it is using found, which is in past. So it will be you did. Excellent. What about the next one? Nothing. It's here in my bag.
You are?
What would...
No?
What was it again?
You are.
You are. Let's think about they are using it and is. It's here in my bag. So all we're doing is kind of repeating back on the same tense. In this case, it will be it is. So it is here in my bag. And then to show interest, it's kind of repeating what the other person is saying, but in a question form. So it is, and then can I see it? You can add whatever. All right. Questions so far, guys? Anything, any comments? Okay, I will take it as no questions. Therefore, let's move on. Now, here we have a pronunciation section. In this case, they are introducing us with the phoneme t. Whenever you see kind of these 2 lines here and then some sort of symbol, or we might even say that it's a letter T, one of the things we have to be aware is that these are not letters, okay? These are symbols or phonemes. Let me write it down here. Phonemes, okay? So in order to produce the language, obviously we have to have sounds, right? So those are the phonemes, the job of the phonemes in the language. Now it's in this case we have this symbol, and this symbol just simply represents the t sound. Like in Tuesday, text, as you can see, is the t sound. Even though it looks the same as the letter, sometimes for symbols, it's not going to be always like that. Some symbols are just going to be like a symbol is a representation of a sound without being a letter. So we have to take into account that this is not a letter for us. This will be a symbol for us in pronunciation. Whenever we're talking about pronunciation or the sounds of a word, we will stick with the idea that it is a symbol. Now, this particular symbol has its own name. Actually, all the phonemes, all the sounds have their own name. In this case, we're going to talk about the voiceless alveolar stop. So that's a fancy name for the t sound, okay? Don't get scared. This is not to give you a test on or something that, oh God, everyone has to know this. I'm just giving you out the name of this phoneme. However, we can just simply say that it's the t sound, and that's it. That's all we have to know. There are some sounds that we produce that they have a vibration. If you put your hand on your tongue or on the neck, on where the tongue is, I'm sorry, with the throat, you will notice that there are some sounds that have a vibration, and then there's other sounds that do not have a vibration. So whenever you produce this t sound, you will notice that there's no vibration on the throat. You will just say it t and no vibration at all. This is why it is called a voiceless, because you are not emitting, you're not doing or having any vibration on the throat whenever you produce that particular sound. So the t sound, it's voiceless alveolar stop. That's just a fancy name. However, we are going to focus on pronunciation with the t sound at the start of the words. As in Tuesday, text, and even we have more here. We can even come up with a lot of them. This phoneme in particular, or this sound, it's very easy, right? Maybe the way to remember it, unfortunately, could be saying that it's a letter T. Every time that you see a word with the letter T, you know that it will have the T sound. However, sorry, there could be some exceptions. Don't forget that in English, sometimes we don't exactly produce the sounds as they are, right? So sometimes when we're speaking so fast, we even forget to pronounce some of these sounds. So it is not that a letter T, it's related with the T sound. So that's why we have to distinguish that this is a symbol and this is a letter. However, in this case, we're just going to be taking a look on the words that start with these with this symbol, with this phoneme. Okay? Questions on that, guys? I don't want to confuse you or anything. So if you have questions, please feel free to stop me, okay? Now we're gonna listen to just the way they pronounce this this phoneme, this symbol, okay?
Lesson 2.3, page 17, exercise 3A. 1,
Tuesday. She's been here since Tuesday.
2, text.
I can text you again.
Okay, well, pretty simple, right? It is easy to identify this type of sounds. I will play the next audio. However, on this one, there will be two people pronouncing the same word. However, we have to choose the one that sounds most clearly, okay? We will have speaker A and speaker B. If speaker A is the one that's pronouncing it or that it's more clear on the sound, let's just mark that as speaker A. And if it's B, well, we'll just put B, okay? I will play it maybe 2 times so you can be able to catch all of them, and then we will share the answers. So here we go.
Lesson 2.3, page 17, exercise 3B. 1. A,
Tuesday,
B,
Tuesday,
2. A,
text,
B,
text,
3. A,
tu,
B,
2,
4. A,
Tory,
B,
Tori,
5. A,
tablet,
B,
tablet,
6. A,
time,
B,
time,
All right, so maybe I will put it just one more time so you can make sure that you got the correct speakers, okay? One more time.
Lesson 2.3, page 17, exercise 3B. 1. A,
Tuesday,
B,
Tuesday,
2. A,
text,
B,
text,
3. A,
tu,
B,
2,
4. A,
Tory,
B,
Tori,
5. A,
tablet,
B,
tablet,
6. A,
time,
B,
time,
All right, so let's go ahead and start sharing our answers. Number 1, was it speaker A or speaker B more clear? Alan?
Letter A.
Yes, excellent. 2, Omar.
It's letter B.
Letter B, yes. 3, Ismael.
It's letter B again.
Letter B, yes. Next one, Aaron.
Letter A.
Okay, letter A. Number 5, Samuel.
I'm not sure, but it's letter A.
So for number 6, it was letter A. Yes. Thank you so much. All right. So any questions so far, guys? Remember, it is not that you pronounce things correct or wrong. because at the end of the point of learning another language, not only English, it's to communicate effectively, right? Doesn't mean that you have to have like the greatest pronunciation or that you have to sound very native speaker like American people or British people, because at the end, even they have their own varieties, their own dialects and the way a different way to pronounce things. So it's not something that you have like to worry too much about getting more perfect on, as long as you are able to communicate with others. So excellent job. So questions, any doubts, and even comments? Like the word time, it makes me remember like Sofia Vergara, that she talks about, she has an accent, right? She has this very noticeable accent. However, if you see her, she actually speaks very fluently. And I mean, that's the whole point of this, right? But yeah, this can be some sort of practice for the phonemes. David?
Is study a name?
Well, I believe, yeah. Why wouldn't?
Because
I'm not sure.
I searched the word in the Google Translator because I don't know what it means, and it says toros, but that's not the word. So what is story?
Oh, okay. Oh no, yeah, definitely it's a name because it's with capital letter. So most likely someone can be named Tori. You know what? Now I remember, I don't know if that's the way to write it, but I remember on White Chicks, on the movie, I don't know if you have watched it, that it's this blonde girls and there's this two the Warner Brothers, no? I think it's them. I don't remember the name of them, but however, they say Karen, Lisa, Tori. So maybe, yeah, Tori, that's the way of pronouncing, of writing this name. But yes, it is. Good question. You make me even remember from this awesome, or in Spanish, it's called Y Donde Están las Rubias? White Chicks. So good movie. Have you watched it, by the way?
Yeah, I love the movie. It's so funny. I love the scene when how's the name of this actor? The guy who sing.
Oh, it's Latrell. Well, in that movie, it's Latrell. Yeah. I love the part when they are dancing. You see, it's that. Oh God. That's why I have Total Play, guys. Just kidding. No, it's okay. I think because of the weather and the snow and everything, some of the things some internets might be failing, but I guess we are very used to that. Okay, so yes. Let's then move on to the next activity. So now I want to present you some phrases. I know that phrases that they gave us at the beginning of the session were not enough, right? There's just like 3 or 4 of them. So I will provide you with more phrases that you could use in order to change the subject. And also I want for you to have them on hand because the next activity it's going to be about, I will tell you a little bit more when we go to the next activity. But for now, let's keep in mind all these phrases right here. I'm gonna send them to the chat so you can have them on hand. And ways to change the subject could be like moving on, before I forget, that reminds me of, now that I think about it, by the way, can you tell me about this and that, okay? You could use those phrases to the next activity in which I'm about to introduce now you have them on the chat available for you in order that in case that you want to use them for the activity. Now, let's go ahead and practice. This next activity, and this is going to be the last activity for today, is that we're going to make a role play, okay? We're going to make a role play and we're going to become reporters of the news. So what I want you to do is, first of all, everyone in the team will contribute to the ideas for the script. You're going to create a script. You're going to add the names of the people who are working on it. And then only 2 people will present to class, okay? One of you will be the reporter. The other one will be like the interviewed person. And then you're just going to be asking questions and answering them. However, what I want you to do also is that you have to include like the name of the program where you're presenting from, your name as the reporter, maybe a greeting to the audience, and introduce the person that you will be interviewing. After that, you will just start with the questions. Make sure that you talk about a lot of different subjects. Just like on the conversation, try to use phrases that will change topic from topic. Maybe you're talking about at the beginning of maybe about the weather, and then you change it to like personal stuff, and then you change it to what are the plans for the future. I don't know. You will decide that. Here are some topics or some ideas that you could use for this activity. However, you can always come up with your own ideas. Don't forget, you're gonna present the program like, this is 24 News and my name is whatever, and a special greeting to all our sponsors that are blah, blah, blah. You will say it. And then you will see, and now we have this person and this, and then that's when you will start with your questions, okay? Only 2 people will present. However, all the team members have to contribute to that script. I will open an assignment so you can upload your script along with the names of the people who participated on that script. And that's going to be taken into consideration for participation as well. All right. So you're going to become reporters. So let's try to be as professional as possible and try to come up with whatever topic it's in your mind, okay? Questions on this? Anything that it's not clear for you guys? Tell me now before we go. Questions? No? Is all clear? We know what we're doing?
I don't have questions, at least not for the moment.
Not for now. Okay. So if no questions, I think it will be a good time to start going to our teams. So it's 2:08, 18, 28, 35. So why don't we come back at 2:35? 2:35, okay? So let's start going to our teams, and we will come back at 2:35 with the script that it's finished, and you will upload it. Don't forget. So start going to your teams, and we will meet back at 2:35.
Miss, just one person has to send the document, right?
Yes. Only one person. That's why I want for you to make sure that everyone is on that document.
Okay, got it.
Excellent. Great question. All right. If no more, let's go to our teams.
Oh, we have a background.
Yes, I'm getting the setting ready for you guys to feel like in the mood of being reporters.
We
And
have to.
We are ready, miss.
you're super ready. And I even have some music. You will see the magic of today's activity. You'll see it. Let's just wait for the rest of everyone to come back. All right, so let me see who is here. So we have team number 1, right? This is team number 1. Do we have team 2? Team number 2? Do we have team number 3?
Yes,
Team
teacher.
number 3.
Team number 3 is here. And then team number 4. Do we have team 4? Not yet. Okay, so team 1 is here. Team 2, I'm sorry, team 3. What about team 2? And in the meantime, I'm going to open the, I forgot to assign it, but I'm gonna create the assignment for you to turn in the script, okay? Make sure all names are included. Okay, and close date. And it's for today. Okay. So here you go. There is the assignment. If you have the script already, you can go ahead and upload it right now. So let's see. Do you want to go ahead and do it, team number 1, in the meantime?
Yeah, miss. We are perfectly ready. Perfectly ready.
Excellent. That's awesome. That's the attitude. Now, I'm gonna play you like a very mild sound or background music for you to kind of feel inspired, like if you were giving out the news, okay? You will wait until the countdown it's to 1 or obviously 0, and then you will start right away with your script, okay? So let's see how it goes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our online website. I'm right here with a student of the UACJ University, and we are going to talk about the situation with the grade and the university. So, tell me, what do you think about these precautionary measures that UACJ take to control the situation?
I think they made the right decision to cancel presential class and take classes in home.
I agree with that. It is complicated to take the class again in your home.
Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's very hard, but sometimes it's very helpful.
In other news, some of the students are having problems with the internet due to the weather. And here is another of them. Is it difficult to you to take the class in your home?
It all depends on the internet network because if there is a bad network, it's very complicated to take the class.
Anyway, remember staying home is very important to take care of all healthy. I hope to see you the next time, guys.
Awesome. Excellent job. Give yourself, let's give an applause to our first team. Excellent. Very professional, very on top of the news. I mean, going back to face and then changing to if the modality it's beneficial. So excellent. Good job, guys. Thank you so much, team number one. Let's go with team number two. Same dynamic. I will play it and then you will start whenever it counts to 1 or 0. I forgot already. So are we ready, team number two?
Yes, teacher, we are ready.
Perfect. I will play it then.
Hello, audience. This is your friend Ismael, and this is channel Naughty Juarez. I'm with Emilio. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, actually. With a little bit of cold, but nothing to worry about. Happy to be with you. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. So, let's start. I hear the roads were frozen. A horrible morning. How did you get here safe to the studio?
Well, actually, I saw the news about the traffic and decided to take an alternative road. A little longer than usual, but we're here.
Alright, that reminds me of. The online classes will return today and tomorrow. What do you think about it?
It's very sad because most of the students were getting used to waking up early in the morning, meeting their new classmates, and getting to know the university.
Yes, let's think the best. This situation will pass by very soon. In other news, did you hear who is coming to the halftime show of the Super Bowl?
I only heard the names of Snoop Dogg and Eminem. Do you know if someone else is coming?
Actually, I don't know. Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre, and also Mary Bleach. It's going to be one of the greatest halftime shows. That reminds me of our halftime commercial break. Before we go, let's thank Emilio for being here.
Thank you for having me at the studio.
We'll be back in a moment. Thanks.
Excellent job, team number two. Let's give an applause also to team number two. I like that you guys use like that remind me of in other news. And then again, uh, topic changing. And I like that we are relating this to maybe today's news, right? Today, the weather, the streets, how did you get to the studio? The NFL, which is soon, right? So good job. I liked it. And thank you so much, team two. Now let's go with team number three. So let's get ready. Are we ready, team number three?
Yes, teacher.
All right, so let me play it, and then once it gets to 1 or 0, you just start.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to Time Warner 45. Welcome to our reporting section with our favorite streamer in the country, Dan Garcia. How are you doing, Dan?
Well, I'm very well. By the way, thanks for the invitation.
You're welcome. It is an honor to have you here. Tell me, when did you begin to become the best streamer?
Well, since I was a child, I remember that I swam in the pool of my house every single day during the summer.
Oh, that's pretty cute. Wow, great childhood you had. Now, how many victories did you have in all of these years?
Well, since I began to be in competitions, I won 21 victories.
Wow, that's very impressive. Finally, are you going to have another hard competition soon?
This year, not yet, but for the next one, I'm going to have my first competition in February.
Yeah, our champion needs to rest and share his skills to another person. Thank you very much for your time and answers. See you next time, Dan.
Thank you and see you.
Dun 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 dun.
Awesome effect. I like that ending of the news. Okay. Awesome. Let's give an applause to team number 3. I like also that aside from everything, you also were kind of responding some expressions as well, right? To show that interest. Oh, how impressive, or things that were referring back to what the interviewer was answering. Good job, team number 3. Now let's go with the last but not least. We have, and look at all those hearts. Now, sorry, we're gonna go with team number 4. So get prepared. I'm gonna play it and you can go ahead and start once it's on 1.
Hello everyone, welcome back to your favorite food channel, Chefs on Fire. Today we have an interview with the famous chef Julio Rosas.
Hello, Fernando. Thank you for inviting me and for the great welcome.
You're welcome, Julio. Julio, we found out that you just create a new food dish. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, Fernando. Listen to this. Recently, I created the most delicious recipe. It's called volcano meat, a meat cake with chili beans and a spicy flavor, coming from the circuit house recipe.
Oh, that's interesting. And this dish is able for everyone or only for a select group?
Guess what? It's for anyone. It's cheap and easy to cook. I recently, some people ate it and they say that it's the best food of all the country.
Oh, and you have an establishment or a restaurant where we can go to eat your delicious dish?
Yes, Fernando. You can go to my restaurant that's on Technology Avenue. And I think thank you for the interview.
You're welcome. See you in your restaurant, Julio.
Okay, Julio. So we will see you in your restaurant because I think it's already time to go eat. Excellent. Thank you so much, team number 4. That was great. Also, showing obviously that interest on the conversation. I've noticed the word that's interesting, right? To show the other person that you are there, right? All right, excellent job, guys. I loved the work that you did. I loved the way you sounded, I think you are already. I mean, you can just go and ask for a job at the news, and they will give it to you guys. Excellent job. And well, now it's time to finish the class. But this time, instead of you saying it over the mic, I just want for you to write down on the chat what did you learn today? Anything that brought your attention, that caught your attention, something that you might remember on Tuesday. I mean, it's going to be a long weekend, but still something that you might remember for Tuesday. And yeah, you can do that on the chat. And if nothing else, I think that that'll be the end of today's session. Excellent work, guys. I like the work that you did. And don't forget that Cambridge, it's due this Sunday. If you're having issues, don't I think there's a email to tech support on Cambridge in case that you need some help, any additional help. Also, don't forget that on Tuesday we have our due date for your first log. So work on it this weekend. If you have it already, you can just upload it. Don't forget to upload the script that you did in this for this activity. And don't forget to include the names of the people. Only one person will be uploading the script. And that's it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your day and see you on Tuesday.
Thank you, teacher. Take care.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, teacher.
Have a great weekend.
Teacher, see you.
See you guys. Have a great weekend. You did awesome today. Every day. You always do awesome. See you. See you. Bye-bye.